Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. I think there is a good case to be made that we are actually going to break the intraday high. Oops, don't want to do that. That we're actually going to break here the intraday high of around 20,480 here very shortly. Of course not guaranteed, but there is a good case to be made. We talked in the previous video about this move to the upside, and it did hold one of the key levels that I highlighted to you, the 50% fib retracement, which I said if we get below that level, 19,700, then I think I would be in favor of a strong move down. However, as we did hold it, at least so far, it still allows Bitcoin to push higher. Okay, and this is what we're seeing. I think there's a bit of positive and bullish pressure here at the moment, at least temporarily short term, in the crypto market. And let's talk about the Elliott Wave counts that are possible and the invalidation points. So for me, as I said, there is still a good chance that we now push higher actually into the green area. Now, this doesn't mean we go bullish. Yeah, let's say just because a short setup gets invalidated, it doesn't necessarily become a long trade setup. Yeah, it can just push a bit higher and then come down. Overall, where do we come from? Maybe we start here, because we always get new viewers and there are always questions. So the point is that my assumption is, at the moment at least, that from the high 25,250 we came down in a wave one. This is all a so-called ending diagonal pattern. So each of these subwaves have, or each of these waves 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5, they all have 3 waves within them, A, B, C. So we've done the wave 1, we've done the wave 2. We are now in the wave 3. That is still the assumption. And then there will be a wave 4 and 5. But even if we are in the wave 3, this doesn't mean we come down straight away. There is definitely a chance, and a good chance, that we push a bit higher, especially with the latest price developments that we've observed over the last few days. As it is a 3-wave move, we can say that this was a wave A. We are now moving up in a wave B that can certainly push all the way up to 22.1k before we come down. Yeah, that's why I say above 22.1k this chart flips bullish, or it unfolds its bullish potential, because that's a point from where the downward move becomes less likely. So there is the potential, and I think I'd be nearly in favor of that, especially as long as we're holding 19,700, that we're going to break this resistance level and come up before eventually we come down. So for me, the trend is still down, don't get me wrong. What I'm talking here about is about the potential that we could push up before we come down. Short-term upside before we come down, yeah, because the trend currently does suggest that, that there seems to be a trend building here to the upside, at least short-term, and only above 22.1k, I'd be able to really confirm that a low was in, a bottom, yeah, was in. Now, what are the possibilities in terms of wave counts and subwaves? So, as I said, this could be a wave B here to the upside. This, of course, doesn't move in a straight line, but it would consist of a wave A, a wave B, and a wave C to the upside. And this is now playing out, right? So just need to be ready for that this could push higher also in this bearish count. Now there is even a bullish count, but of course, this is not confirmed yet. The bullish count is highlighted here in blue, so that we say this is a wave 1, this here is a wave 2. And now we are still in the process of the wave 3. So we haven't even filled wave 3 in my opinion. There will be a wave 4 down and a wave 5 up. Always note that even if we can only get 3 waves and then break down, right? Only really when we see 5 waves as complete, we can confirm a bottom is in place. Well, to be honest, not even then. We can really only confirm that a bottom is in place if after these 5 waves up, which would be a wave 1, the wave 2 is going to hold the 78.6% fib retracement. Yeah, so there is going to be a support level that needs to hold to confirm that the bottom was in. Because if we just break down from here, that's it. So there are key rules here that we want to adhere to and guidelines, and that's why I give you the daily updates here. But the point is, I think short term there's a good potential we push higher as long as we hold 19,700. Yeah, the trend seems to be up. There's a case to be made that this is a 5-wave move up, so it suggests a bit of an impulsive move here within possibly a diagonal pattern that's pushing up, or even just in a wave C of the wave B in yellow that we're pushing higher. Anywhere in this green area, and we talk about a few targets in a minute. The point is that in this wave 3, the assumption can be made that we have done basically a wave that, well, there's different ways of counting this really, but you could argue that this here was only the wave 1, this here a wave 2, and we're now pushing higher in the 3 of 3. That would suggest we actually move much higher. Or that we say we have here, because it is a leading diagonal, we could say, okay, each of these waves is consisting of 3 waves, and that the wave 3 in itself is an A, B, C. So, you know, there's lots of potentials here how this can be counted in the micro. Don't want to get caught out here really in the micro counting. The point is there is a realistic potential we push higher here as long as we hold 19.7K, and it will all be decided in this box. If we see the 3 waves only and we fail here, you know, it wasn't a breakout, it was just basically the primary count, adhering to the primary count here in yellow, A, B, C. So at the moment, you know, short-term upside, I think for me here on the Bitcoin chart, it's time for just for observation, just for observing. I've mentioned a few times now that there is a case to be made that a bottom could be in, but I can only confirm it if I really get the 5 waves up. I did talk about that, even though I don't find it very likely, but because a lot of the good charts show a potential of turning around, like Matic, Quant. Obviously that has played out now to the upside, yeah. But I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Ethereum as well. You know, watch my Ethereum video if you want to know more about what I think about Ethereum. But there is, you know, certainly the potential that a lot of these better charts, which are more reliable, that they are bottoming out. So there's a case to be made that also Bitcoin could then push up, okay? So we just need to observe Bitcoin at the moment. I think it's for me too unreliable to really trade this aggressively or anything, at least at the moment. This is going to change as soon as we get a clear pattern here. But at the moment, this is just a mess what's forming here. Yeah, this is nothing that I would be very interested in trading. And you know, Ethereum looks completely different. Matic looks completely different, Quant and so on. But yeah, so that's my view about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.